Hello, I hope you're well. It is 2022, the year of becoming, or the year of self improvement. Not entirely sure what I'm entitled this year. Probably the year of self improvement. That sounds better. All of last year, Joe and I were struggling to work out ways to make things better. And probably about the beginning of December, we realized something. We'd focused a hell of a lot on things like skills and, and motivating people to try and get better, try and do things, try things, make things, build things. We never address the underlying issues, which is just improving ourselves as individuals. I've said a number of times before, and I'm not sure why I didn't internalize it well enough. To improve the whole, you have to improve the self. There's nothing you can do in life unless you actively improve yourself first. And that word active, that's the real thing to pay attention to, I think. Or at least for me. No, none of what I say comes from a place of expertise. I'm not a multi-millionaire who's sitting there saying, if you buy this meme in 4 months' time, you're going to be able to flip it and make billions. No, none of that. I am basically life's great failure. And I don't like that at all. I've said many, many times, I do not like being a failure. I don't like where I am in life, and I'm doing everything I can possibly do to change that. This year, I've taken upon a new mentality. And is one that I'm sharing. I'm hoping that it benefits you as well. People glide through life. I glide through life. It's what I've been doing all my life so far. I just kind of do things as they come along and then hope for change, and then nothing changes. And then it's like, okay, that didn't work. Let's try again. And while I try different things, the underlying way that I go about things has always remained the same. It's always been things will improve if they do, things will not improve if they don't. It doesn't matter. All is good. Carry on. Let's do it again. And I always looked at self improvement as kind of a corny thing, I suppose, for lack of a better term. Not something that is very masculine, not something that is fun. And you don't really need to actively try and self improve. You just do it through determination and will. I don't even know what actually changed my mind on this. I don't know what changed my mind on it, but I know my mind has changed on this. I now believe in order to improve, you have to actively try and improve. I know, shock and horror, rather. It's the biggest thought anyone's ever had. So as a result, Joe and I basically spent most of December, actually, no, I would say all of December, probably a patch of November as well, but certainly all of December, working out ways to make life better. Because neither of us are happy. And why should we be? We fundamentally believe that nobody's really happy, and things in general need to change. You all know this. So the first thing we did, well, first thing I did rather, was set a routine for myself. Because a routine provides discipline for when you lack motivation. Lots of people watch motivational videos, myself included. Over the years, I've watched plenty, the Gary Vee and the likes, and they give you a boost of energy, and they feel great. It's like, go take on the world, go do this thing, and all will be better. Wonderful. Doesn't get around the main problem. Yeah, nobody is motivated to get up and go to the gym at 6 in the morning. Or if you're Jocko Willink, 4 in the morning. Nobody's motivated to do that. That's discipline. That is a sheer bloody minded attitude of, I will do this regardless whether I want to do it or not. And routines don't have to be brutal like that. Just all work and no play. If that's a routine, it's probably not going to work for you long term. There has to be a bit of a reward in it for you. And my routine at the moment it's packed with it. And for the first time in my life, I actually understand people who go to the gym. It makes sense to me now. Who knew? The, what I do in my routine is very simple. It's just a very, very basic morning routine. I wake up, I make breakfast, I flip my computer on. I will then sit there and watch a video with Wim Hof, and I will follow him through it. For those who don't know, Wim Hof is a very nice Dutch guy. He sits there and he breathes. Literally that simple. Basically, you just hyperventilate for a while, and then you expel all the air out of your lungs, and then you sit there and you wait until you need to breathe, and then you breathe and you hyperventilate and you go through a little cycle. And I've been doing that every morning. It's a very, very basic thing. Whether it works, don't know. He says it does, but obviously he would. What I know for certain is that very, very basic routine of waking up, grabbing breakfast, not eating it, just grabbing it, and then doing the breathing, it provides me with that little reset point, which is another fact I'm going to talk about in a moment. Not fact, but another thing I'm going to talk about in a moment. That little reset point, combined with actively doing something, provides a very interesting thing, because every morning I wake up and I complete something which feels good, but then I also get to compete against myself a little bit, because I think to myself, the day before I was struggling to reach 2 minutes. Today I reached 2 minutes. Wonderful. Massive dopamine hit. And dopamine is the happy hormone, or whatever the hell it's called. It's a damn good feeling. It makes you feel good. So every morning, without doing a damn thing, I wake up and I feel great. Many people need that, because most people hate the mornings. I've suddenly loved the mornings. The other thing that I'm doing is managing my time. This is something that I've mentioned in the article, and I would definitely recommend you go and read it for like proper deep thoughts. I now measure my time and I manage it. I use Google Calendar. You can use many others. I use Google Calendar purely because I also use G Suite for work. So it just makes sense. It makes my life easy. Not ideal. And I know it's an irony. We go on about using open source software wherever possible, but the reality is when you're also working, you need to use tools that are best, rather than carry across for no particular reason, just sheer bloody mindedness. The time allotment is something that is so incredibly, incredibly important, and this is something that I'm going to talk about a lot, I think. Or at least I feel like I will talk about it a lot. We waste so much time. We waste an incredible amount of time. How often do you speak to somebody and you ask them how their week has been, and the first thing out of their mouth is, I'm busy. I've been busy. I've done that for years. Busy. I don't know what this busy is. All I know for certain is I don't have anything to show in my life for all the busy I've been. So I've decided to stop using this word busy. I'm now productive. And I know I'm productive because I can look at my Google Calendar and I can see all the time that I've spent doing stuff. And I'm not going silly with it. I'm not saying like I spent 5 minutes doing, picking my nose or whatever. No, none of that nonsense. Don't spend 5 minutes doing that. More like 10. I don't go to that extent, but I just kind of block off time. It's called calendar blocking. You can find plenty of videos on it. To be honest, once you've watched one, you know exactly how to do it, and you can probably guess from the title. You just kind of allot time in vague sort of hour, maybe half-hour increments. And during that time, you get on doing whatever you needed to do. What I've found myself is that by doing this, I've stopped being busy, I've started being productive, and I've started gaining an enormous amount of free time. It's quite remarkable. Last week and the week before, actually, so for the last 2 weeks in a row, by Wednesday, I had done everything I'd needed to do for the entire week. And while that sounds very, very good, I'll put that into some perspective for you. Because of work commitments, my Monday morning is pretty much written off, and pretty much the entirety of Tuesday is written off. So within a day and a half, Monday afternoon and evening, and Wednesday, I'd done everything that I was planning to do throughout the entire week because I actually set aside time and I said, during this period of time, I'm going to do this. There's an argument to be made. Maybe the goals weren't set high enough or there weren't enough goals. Fair enough. But for what I needed to get done that week, things that were actually critical, things that needed doing, did them all by Wednesday. And then I moved on to the would be pretty damn nice to do sort of things. So yeah, this is what this year is going to be for me. It is going to be relentless self-improvement and honesty. And that is what this series is going to be. They're not going to be the world's longest videos. They're not going to be the world's most in-depth videos. They're going to be an honest assessment of where I am, what I'm doing, and the mindset that I've now developed, which is something else that has changed a lot. The way that I view the world has completely changed. In part because of things like the calendar blocking and refusing to use the word busy. Being productive, and actually being productive is a great thing. It's a wonderful thing. It makes you feel good because you tick through everything that you need to do. And then at the end of it, you can stand there and you can see what you've achieved and you can say, that wasn't that hard. It's finally done. Plus, I don't wake up every morning thinking, what do I have to do today? I know exactly what I have to do today. I set that out on Monday. I know exactly what I have to do every day of the week because at the beginning of the week, I took an hour or an hour and a half to sit down and plan the rest of my week. And it's easily within the first day, I've made that time back. Time is the most precious resource you have. Use it wisely. There is one more thing that I want to bring up. Improve for yourself. You can't improve for anyone else. It won't work. It's not possible. You have to do it for yourself. Be honest about where you are and where you want to go. Do everything you possibly can to get there. Doesn't matter how corny or cringy or weird something makes you feel. If it works for you, do it. And work out ways to integrate it more. So yeah, welcome to 2022, the year of self-improvement. I hope you join life's greatest failure in getting better because I'm sick and tired of being it. So yeah, I will see you later on. Bye for now.